I believe over the past 2 months or so, you've seen the Sri Lankan uprising. Several youth have been taken in custody as well. They've been protesting peacefully. What is your reaction to that, with police using the brute force on them? Do you stand by that? Why do you want your police to immediately resort to them in terms of tear gas, water cannons? Is that the way?
Look, the decision whether to remand a person, young or old, is made by the magistrate, not by the police. And the police have, in respect of that area, arrested members of parliament. Other members of parliament have been named as suspects. They are taking down statements. So there have been a lot of members of the local authorities who have all been arrested on one side. Similarly, they have asked people to come in here, make statements and go away. This issue came up to me that they were being taken in. The IGP said he'll look into it, but I told the people the Bar Association is working with the police, so speak to the Bar Association. So we have a line of communication, and then of course the lawyers must go there and make out their case. But anyone who's charged would be produced before courts, and it's for the magistrates to decide. A lot of people have been released. Then there has been the burning of about 50 houses belonging to members of parliament. I believe that happened when the pro-government protesters launched an attack. But most of those members were not involved. They were not even, many of them were not even at the Temple Trees meeting. So that's one. Then two members, one member was killed when he was travelling on the road. Another member, opponent of President Rajapaksa, Kumar Welgama, he was taken. He would have been killed if not for the fact some local people got in and rescued him. You better ask him what's happened. So that's what the question we are asking. It's not only people who have been at Golface, but of members who have not been there. And you can't allow a parliamentary democracy to be treated that way. So that's an issue that we have. No, and I'm asking the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association to come in and give a report on all the incidents that have taken place. But do you think that this incident would have taken place had it not been, where the pro-government protesters, if they had not launched an attack, do you think this would have been, from the anti-government protesters? What happened was on the grounds there. I was in one of the hotels nearby, gone for a wedding, and the issue got resolved. The pro-government protesters were chased off. Their buses were stopped. So the pro-government protesters were chased off by the anti-government? Not anti-government. They were chased away. The protesters in Golface were there, and they were chased off. Because there were very few protesters at that time. But in the surrounding area, the people in the surrounding areas like Slave Island came to their defense and chased away the pro-government demonstrators. Okay. I know the area because I've represented it. I know a lot of the people who live there, and they came and chased them away. So the people who are protesting at the Golface or the Gota Gogama are responsible? No, I'm not saying that. Listen to me. That you are not allowing me to finish it. Okay. Please. So they came, and the people in Colombo came and chased away them. And as far as Colombo was concerned, by about 2:30 or 3, the issue was over. I think by 2 o'clock it was over at the site. I was watching it. And by about 3 o'clock, people have been somewhere dumped into the lake in Colombo, the Bere Lake. Some of the buses were burnt, and the police had to step in and to ensure that these people were able to get out of Colombo. We didn't want them hanging around in Colombo. I was not in the government, I spoke with the IGP. I said, we might as well clear them out of Colombo. So that was over. The burnings took place at 11 in the night. What is the connection? The burnings took place 100 miles away, 150 miles away. Now what that is the connection? That is the one that I question. Let's say the people in Golface acted in self-defense, or the people in the surrounding areas like Slave Island came to protect these people. So that's over there. We closed that chapter. That's being investigated by the police, those who came in, those who acted in self-defense. But what has happened is outside that. Why was Mr. Welgama who was going back home in the night attacked. Everyone knows who Kumar Wickremesinghe is. Why was this member of parliament had nothing to do, had come here, the deputy minister? He was returning home. Why was he and his 2 security officers killed?
So when
and then why were these homes set on fire? That's what we want to know. I think you have to take action. Anyone's house. I am against setting fire to houses and property. I have been against that always. So whether it belongs to the government party, opposition party, you have to take action.
So how about those who were attacked at, especially the anti-government protesters?
What?
Anti-government
There are
protesters.
no anti-government protesters.
I'm talking about the protesters who were sitting at Gota Gogama and protesting. There were a few of them, right,
few of them
who were attacked.
They were attacked. So that's why the police is taking action against those who came.
Okay.
That's all. And then when you look at the clips, you see people fighting each other. So they have to question everyone who's identified, whether they belong to the youth protesters or the government protesters.
So the identification is on.
That's why some of them have been called up. Yes.
Okay.
So that's the personal law. You can, by association, is looking after them. So I don't think there's a risk of anything happening to them. But the other inquiries must also go on.
Okay. And I just want to understand one final question that we're ending here is, finally, I believe after speaking to the people at Gota Gogama, several protesters, several of the citizens here, they say they will continue their protest. What is the final word from your side to them?
Certainly, go ahead. We'll protect you. I have a delegation which is to negotiate with Gota Gogama. If they want to, I can give you the website that we have here. Certainly, if they want to protest, they are free to do so. We give them all protection and all facilities that they want.
Do you want them to continue?
If they want to continue, what can I do?
All that they're demanding is they want Gotabaya to go home. If they,
yes, so that demand is
the
there.
slogan says that if he goes home, we will go home.
Yes, so that's up for the president and for the protesters to decide.